What's going on, Mr. RapNerd? I just got out of seeing an early screening of Dungeons and Dragons. I was not able to get tickets for the Sunday show, but they did have some for tonight. So I figured I'd show up because the trailer actually caught me and reeled me in when I saw it in front of some movie. I forgot what film I went to go see, but I saw the trailer and I was like, this movie looks pretty fun. So the film follows a quest of thieves who got put on this path because they were done wrong in their home countries, and there's this one thing that happens, event that happens that causes Chris Pine's character to gets locked up along with his group of thieves, right? So they break out to go on a quest for this object. So it's a conquest to find this thing, and as they make their way there, they run into all kind of problems and issues. So that's really the core of what the story is. So I got to put that out there first. I can definitely report back that this is a very fun movie. It is a very fun fantasy / adventure action film that I'm glad they went the direction they did, because I feel like when you have an entity like Dungeons and Dragons, excuse me, and they've even done some in the past, and they take themselves really, really seriously. What this one does is it's more lighthearted and a little bit more comedic, but also has the good balance of keeping itself seriously when it's supposed to be serious. And it really works well here, because usually I'm not a fan of these kind of films, because the way they take themselves so seriously, along with the dialect back then of those times, that I don't know, it's something about that dialogue that just makes me zone out when I just keep hearing it. I don't know what it is about it. Like it's the dialect is too Shakespearean, not to be confused with dialogue. The dialect is too Shakespearean for me. But this one doesn't have the problem, because the lead actors, the two leads, which is Chris Pine's character and Michelle's character, I forgot what their exact characters' names are. You gotta excuse me with that. But their characters don't speak with an accent. They speak like how they normally do, so like it makes it more digestible to me, to hear that kind of dialect, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna pay off the same way with a lot of other people. And it's a fun ride. Like this is a family adventure film, and the tone of it kind of reminds me of The Mummy from the 90s. And I think I've referenced that a lot with some movies I've seen recently, but I feel like The Mummy is kind of like the perfect family adventure movie that's light enough and funny enough to see with your whole family, but it still has moments of, oh shit, like, some stuff is really popping off that's really serious. The movie does the same thing. And for one, the VFX look great. All of the powers on full display look great. The creatures look great. The different lands that they go to look really, really great. And as I said, the way it's done is pretty well. There were actually some really good scenes in here that caught me off guard of how actually good they were executed. You know what I'm saying? There's a scene with, I forgot the actress's name, but she played Bev on It Chapter 1. She looks like Amy Adams, right? But she's like a shapeshifter, and they do this really dope wonder with her shapeshifting. Oh man, it caught me off guard, because when it starts, I'm like, are they gonna really do this? And then it just keeps going and going and going, and I found that they did it really, really well. Michelle's character, she gets two really good action sequences that would definitely quench the thirst of somebody looking for some action. And there's another character, I forgot what his name is, and again, I'm not like, when it comes to this type of world of Dungeons and Dragons, I literally have no idea of any of this stuff. I never played the games, never played the RPGs, none of that. So I don't know any of these characters, so I could say, with me going in blind and not knowing much and not being knowledgeable, it could be that I enjoyed it because of that, and this movie was more digestible for me because of that. Now, I don't know how fans of the material are going to feel about this film, but for a novice who knows, not even a novice, for somebody who knows nothing about this world, I found it to be very, very enjoyable. As I said, it kind of reminded me of The Mummy, and you mixing a little bit of Harry Potter with the magic and the way it's displayed. I thought all of that, the powers and all that shit was really cool. So you have her, who's a shapeshifter, and you have the brother from he was in Pokemon. He was playing the main character. He's in Jurassic World. You gotta excuse me, I am really bad with names. Do not think blow with me because of that. But he was in it, and he was playing like a sorcerer. And as usual, if you've seen him act before, you know his comedic timing is really well. And that's one thing about the film that works. The comedy in this film works really good. I found myself laughing quite a bit from Chris Pine and his character, and all of these fish out of water moments for the many different creatures you see. And like I said, it's a fun time. This is a fun film. Like, my daughter is 6. I would definitely watch this with her. I think that she would watch this and have a good time. It's like one of those movies where you take some kids, they'll be like, whoa, look at that. You know, there are some points that I feel like kind of go into a deeper territory of could be a little bit scary, but I don't think it's anything nightmarish that you couldn't take a kid to see. There's another character, I forgot who he was again. I don't know anything about this world, but he's like a swordsman, and he's respected by a lot of people because of his power rate. He has a really dope scene when it comes to he's sword fighting against a group of people, and the way it's done is so well. Like, that's the part about the film that really took me by surprise, is that it was executed really well, the entirety of it. And yes, it's cliche. Yes, there's a lot going on. I feel like there's way too much going on in this story. The villain really isn't that fleshed out really at all. And again, you're there for the cast to see them do their thing, and that's really what the story services. There are a lot of holes. You could pick this movie apart. It's not perfect at all. So I'm gonna put that out there, but it is a lot of fun, and I think if you are interested, you should go see it. It's a good looking film. It's fun. I enjoyed myself in the cinema. So if you have seen the film, let me know in the comments what you think. Leave a comment down below. And please like and subscribe. It helps me out immensely, and I appreciate it. And for those who are subscribed, thank you. Until next time, peace. RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy.